So today I wanted to talk about um, flexibility. Yoga seems to be synonymous with flexibility, but a lot of students get discouraged when they look at what's on Instagram or in a magazine or on TV, and they think, well, I can't do that, so I'm not doing yoga. But that is the farthest thing from the truth. Yoga, when you do yoga, you will become more flexible and you will become better balanced because your core is being strengthened. But you don't necessarily have to reach those poses that you see on Instagram. Some people are born very, very flexible. Others, their joints or bones are closer together and they can't, some people can only stretch their arm out like that. But some people, that's about normal straightening, and then some people can actually bend their elbow down. So it doesn't matter what your flexibility is. What matters is pushing yourself in the poses till you feel the stretch. And you will get more flexible and be able to go further in the poses the more you do. But it doesn't matter how far you go. It really is, when you're doing a pose, if you feel the stretch in the muscles, you're doing yoga. So great. So let's start with a little breathing before we go into our meditation. On an inhale, raise your shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. Again. And once more. And then try a few breaths, breathing into a count of 4, holding for 2, and exhaling for 6. So inhale. And exhale. Counting yourself. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And hold. And exhale. Once more. And exhale. Okay, now come forward onto your knees into an all-4 position and cross your ankles behind you and move any props that you may have been sitting on and come back to a seated position, stretching your legs in front of you and then rolling one vertebrae at a time onto your back. So in this position, have your hands at your sides, palms face up or face down. Feet are spread wide or at least dropping to the sides. Legs are approximately in line with your hips. And your breathing will be normal. Not counting, just breathing naturally in and out. And we'll start our body scan at our toes, so focus on your toes. Wiggle them. Point and flex your feet. And then relax your toes, letting your feet fall outward. And moving to your ankles, relax your ankles. And to your calves, relax your calf muscles. Relax your kneecaps. Feel the little cushion of air beneath your back of your knees. As you relax your thigh muscles. Relax your fingertips. Feel them move as you wiggle them, and then just let them relax in space. Feel your sacrum pressing on the mat, supported by the earth. And the backs of your legs are relaxed. Relax your bottom. Feel your hips open a little bit. Groin is relaxed. Your lower back is relaxed. Relax your forearms and your elbows. Feel your shoulder blades pressing into the mat. Your upper arms and shoulders are relaxed. And breathe. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. If your tongue is on the roof of your mouth, let it drop into the open space. Feel your cheeks relax. And breathe. Feel your eyelids droop to the sides of your head. Relax your forehead and the top of your head. And breathe. Just start to breathe a little deeper, letting your breath come in. Yogas call it prana, or breath, bringing life into your body and energy. And then wiggle your toes and your fingers. Roll your head from side to side. And then walk your feet in towards your hips, knees in the air. Roll to one side into a fetal position. And then press your top palm into the mat to push yourself back up into a comfortable seat. Again, sitting on a bolster or blanket or just on the mat. And we'll begin our asanas. So in a comfortable seat with your legs crossed in front of you, again, spine coming out of your pelvis, neck is in line with your spine, shoulders up, back and down, and place your hands on your knees, palms face down or face up. And breathe in and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. This time breathe in, and then as you exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Inhale back up. Again, dropping the chin. Inhale and exhale. This time drop it to the right. And inhale, exhale to the left. And back up to the right. Timing the movements with your breath. And come to center. Inhale. And then exhale, drop chin to chest and begin to roll it in a circle. Just very small circles. Exhaling as you come forward. Inhaling as you raise your head to the rear. Think of it more as raising to the rear as opposed to dropping it onto your shoulders. And come to center. And then begin the circle in the opposite direction. And slowly come to center. This time we're going to move our whole torso, keeping the spine straight, leaning to the right and leaning forward and beginning that circle. Keeping the spine erect. Again, inhaling to the rear and exhaling as you come forward. And now we'll begin to add a fold into it. As you come forward, you can fold your back, and as you come to the rear, you can arch it. So folding and arching. So the circles are a little bit bigger, and your spine is moving as well as your torso. And then slowly come back to center and begin it in the opposite direction. Inhaling to the rear, exhaling as you come forward. And then slowly come to center and push forward onto your hands and knees into all fours. Your hands below your shoulders, fingers splayed wide. Slightly gripping the mat, knees are under the hips. Drop back to child's pose on an exhale. Inhale, come forward. Exhale. Inhale. Once more. Inhale. Now on an inhale, raise your back into a cat position. Exhale, dropping it down to a cow, raising your head. Pushing away with your hands and your shoulders to arch your back. Exhaling, dropping your belly, raising your head. Inhale into the cat. Exhale into the cow. And continue breathing. Feeling your spine tuck under in the cat and extending it up in the cow. And then come to center, drop back to child's pose. Come up, exhale down, inhale. This time stay down into child's pose. Walk your hands in front of you, maybe lowering your head to the mat. And exhale, walk your fingers to the left or right, reaching out and breathing, feeling the left side body stretch. We'll come back to center, to the opposite direction. And breathe. Back to center. And come back up to tabletop position. Cat up. Inhale down to cow. Or inhale up to cat. Exhale to cow. Once more. And then come to center. Now walk your left knee 2 inches in towards the center line. And extend your right leg back, toes are curled. Push back to extend the calf muscle. Gripping the mat lightly with your fingertips and pushing back. And breathe. And you can rock that calf muscle forward and back if you like. And then raise it up and cross the right leg over the left knee. Toes are dropped down to the mat. Look over your left shoulder to your right toes. And breathe and stretch. Raise that leg, come back to center line. Draw the right knee into the match the left. And extend the left leg. Toes are curled. Push back to extend the calf. Breathe. And then raise that left leg, cross it over the right. Toes drop down to the mat. Look over your right shoulder to your left toes. Not dropping the spine, keep it in line. Just stretching the left side body. Inhale, bring that foot back to center line. Join the knee in to join the other. Drop back to child's pose. Come up to tabletop. And with your weight evenly distributed, begin a small circle in one direction, just 2 inches to start. And make it bigger if you like. Exhaling to the rear, inhaling as you come forward. Timing, movement, and breath. You can drop all the way down into a child's pose, then come forward. Warming up the whole body. And then make those circles smaller and smaller. Come to center. And then begin in the opposite direction. Timing, movement with breath. And make them smaller. And come back to center.
Drop back to child's pose. Come back up. Once more. Again, bring the left knee in 2 inches towards the center line. Extend the right leg back. In for a balance work, extend the left arm in front of you. You can keep the right leg on the ground or raise it up if you like. And breathe. And then drop the foot and knee back to center. Extend the left leg, toes are curled. Extend the right arm forward. And raise the left leg if you like to breathe. And then bring back the hand and knee to the mat. Drop into child's pose. Back up. This time, stay in the child's pose. And then raise your torso up in a straight line above your hips into a seated warrior position. Like you can use a block or bolster to put under your hips to raise yourself up a little higher. The spine is erect, neck is in line with the spine. Floating on the neck. Breathe. Here for a while, or anytime you like, come back to a tabletop position and then into child's pose to rest, or stay here in the seated warrior position. Your shoulders are down, away from your ears. Come forward onto a tabletop position or out of your child's pose into tabletop. This time curl your toes underneath. Come back again to the seated warrior position or child's pose if you like. Letting the foot instep and toes get their stretch. Head is in line with the spine, erect out of your pelvis. Breathe. Come out anytime you like to tabletop and down to child's pose. Or stay here. And everybody come forward into tabletop position. Tapping your toes to relax them. And curl them under. And push up into a down dog. Bending and stretching each leg in turn, called walking the dog. Keeping your shoulders turned out. Looking between your palms at the mat. Keeping your hips in the air. Come back to tabletop anytime you're ready. Or a few more breaths here. And then drop your knees to the mat. And come all the way down, lying on your stomach. Arms stretch out in front of you. For a full body stretch. And then raise one arm and then the other. If you like, raise both at the same time into a half Superman, just leaving your legs on the ground. And then pull your hands back under your shoulders and raise yourself up, palms off the mat into a baby cobra position and back down. Inhale up, exhale down. Once more. Then you can push yourself up into a more full cobra, or if you straighten your arms, that's called a puppy dog. Letting your hips drop back to the mat. Oh, this is up dog. If you come back onto your elbows, now that's the puppy dog. Raising your head and looking forward. And breathing and feeling the stretch in your back. Now come back to the mat. Extend one arm in front of you and roll onto your side. And then bend your top knee and grasp it with your top hand to stretch the quad muscle. You can drop the top knee down to join the bottom leg. Or raise it a little. Just keep that stretch into your calf and breathe. And then release it and roll on to the other side. Bending the top knee, holding the ankle or shin, and breathe. And release, roll back onto your stomach. Push back up into a tabletop. And cross your ankles behind you and come back to a seated position. Extend your legs in front. Feet are flexed. This is called Dandasana or staff position. And walk on stretching our back and a little bit of our hamstrings. But to get the full stretch in the bottom of your back, you may bend your knees like I do. And then on an inhale, keep your spine up, and exhale, just tilted forward. Inhale again, and then fold over and pull yourself down into this position. If you keep your knees bent, you get more of a stretch in your lower back, which is what we're aiming for in this stretch. Now you can drop your knees to the ground if that's comfortable, or just stay here in the stretch of your lower back with your knees slightly bent. And then come back to center. This time, move your legs into a wide V. Looking towards the right leg, keeping the knee bent to work on the lower back. Or if you're like, you can keep your foot and leg flat on the ground. But look towards that leg and inhale, exhale, tilt towards it. Inhale once more, and then fold over and hold. Holding your thigh or shins or toes, but feeling the stretch in your lower back. And then twist towards the right, raising your left arm overhead. Twisting stretch to the side. Each breath,
exhale, try to extend that arm a little bit further, the top arm. Inhale, come back to center, and let's move to the left leg, bending the knee. Inhale, and then exhale, tilting. And then inhale and forward fold, holding on to the knee or the thigh or the shin or the toes. Keeping both hips on the ground. And put the left hand inside the left leg, raise the right arm overhead. And twisting as you lean. And breathe. Each exhale, lean a little bit more. Inhale, come back to center. And then bring the legs in to join one another. Bend the right knee, bring it in towards your chest. Grasp it with the left arm. Spine is erect. And place the right palm behind you on the mat. And twist to your right. Or looking towards the rear. Keeping your spine up. And breathe. And then release that leg, extend it. Bring the left leg, knee into your chest. Grasp with the right arm, left palm behind you. And breathe. And twist. And breathe. And come back to center, extend both legs. And point your feet and flex. And point. And flex. And point. And then move them around in a circle. And then bring your soles of your feet together, knees falling outward into a cobbler's pose. Keeping the spine erect. Just massage the insides of your insteps with your thumbs, and then pull your toes outward to stretch them. And then release. And then the same tilting and folding we will do. So inhale, exhale to a tilt, and then inhale, and then fold over. And breathe, pushing your shins out with your elbows. Breathe in this position. Feeling your inner thighs stretch. And breathe. A couple more breaths. And come back to center. Extend just one leg, the left leg. Bring the right sole of your foot in towards your left knee. And twisting again to the right. Placing the right palm on the ground behind you. Left hand on the right knee. And breathe. Release, come back to center, switch legs, extend the right leg, bring the left sole to the right thigh, left palm on the ground behind you, right hand on left knee, and twist. And release. Extend both legs in front and roll back onto your back, one vertebrae at a time. If you have a block or a bolster, we'll be using that to support ourselves in our inversions. And bring the soles of your feet in towards your hips, knees in the air. Heels close towards your fingers at your sides. And then up. Inhale to a bridge and exhale down. Again. See if you can push a little higher. And keep going. And this time hold in the upper position. And then move your hips left to the right, swing them out. Right and then left. Right and left. Again. Last time, right and left, and then back down. And then bring your right ankle onto your left knee. Reach through your thigh to pull it towards your chest. And feel the stretch in the outer bottom of your hip. And pull your knee a little bit more toward your chest to extend that stretch. And try to relax with the breathing. And bring the left foot to the ground, uncross. Left ankle onto the right knee. Reach through to pull the thigh towards your chest. If you like, you can leave your right foot on the ground. And just push your left knee away. Or pull the thigh in towards your chest. And breathe. And put the right foot down, uncross your legs, walk the soles of your feet to the edges of the mat, arms in a T position, and drop your knees to the right, and then to the left in a windshield wiper. And move your head opposite your legs, so as your knees fall to the right, look to the left. Knees to the left, look to the right. Just to increase that spinal torsion. And then come back to center. This time cross the right knee all the way over the left knee. And drop your knees to the right and hold. Maybe using the right hand to push the knee a little bit more to the ground. Look over your left shoulder to your left hand. And breathe. Inhale, come back to center. Uncross your knees. Put your left knee all the way over your right knee. Drop your legs to the left. Look over your right shoulder to your right hand. And breathe. And then come back to center, uncross your knees. And if you have that block or bolster, raise your hips up and put it under your sacrum, the bottom part of your back, where your vertebrae are naturally fused together. And then bring your knees into your chest. Make any adjustments to the block or bolster. And stay here for a low inversion, or if you'd like, raise your legs to the ceiling. Feet are flexed.
And breathe and relax. Now, whether your knees are bent or they're straight, drop your legs to the sides. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the sides. Inhale and exhale. A few more. Last one. And now whether your knees are bent or legs are straight, pull in and flex your toes. Really feel the stretch all the way down your legs. And then rotate them in a circle. And in the opposite direction. And once more, wide open, knees bent or legs straight, and leave in this position. And then we'll come back to center. Bring your knees into your chest. Hug them to your chest. And then extend them along the mat into an inverted fish position. If you don't have a block or bolster underneath you, you can just arch your back slightly. But use a support if you have one. This is called a supported fish. And just breathe in this position. And draw the soles of your feet in towards your hips. Push up to release any prop you've been sitting on. Lower your hips to the mat. Walk your feet out to the edges of the mat. Arms in a T position. Dropping knees to the right and then the left in windshield wiper. And then come to center. Draw your right knee into your chest. Extend the left leg along the mat. Relax the left leg. Just pull on the right. And breathe. Rotate your ankle in one direction and the other. Point and flex your foot. And then extend that right leg along the mat. Draw the left knee into your chest. Relax the right leg. Pull on the left. And rotate your ankle. Reverse. And point and flex. And drop that left foot to the ground. Draw the right leg in to join the left. And bring both knees into your chest. Holding with your hands and rocking side to side. We're getting ready for our Savasana or resting pose. Move your ankles towards the ceiling, grasping your thighs or shins or your toes, opening into a happy baby, rocking side to side. Extend one leg and the other, or maybe both. Bring your knees back into your chest, rock side to side. And drop your soles of your feet to the mat. Extend your legs along the mat. And for Savasana, your breathing is natural. Hands are at your side, palms face up or face down. Feet are splayed open. Eyes are shut or open in a soft focus. And we'll stay here a few minutes and I'll bring us out for the end of class. Start to wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Breathing more deeply. Bringing energy or prana, life force back into your body. your head side to side. And bring your soles of your feet in towards your hips and roll onto your side. When you're ready, press your top palm into the mat to raise yourself back up into an easy seat. Hands on your knees. Spine is erect. Neck following the spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, raise your shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. Again. Once more. So today we started our class with a lesson on flexibility. Remembering that yoga is moving your body in a flexible way till you feel a stretch. It doesn't matter how far that stretch is. It's just whatever your body feels comfortable in. And yes, the more you do yoga, the more flexible you get, the more extension you will get. But that's not the object of yoga. The object is to flex and stretch. Now put your fingertips on your sides, lightly touching the mat. Inhale, raising your arms overhead. Hands to heart center. And bowing. May you have peace. May you share peace. May you be at peace. I invite the greeting. Namaste. And now I'll join you at the front of the room.